Hey guys, welcome back to our 100. This is
currently our 120 gallon that you're looking at.
our 120 gallon, but we are upgrading. So the last time we spoke to CDN Studman, he was telling you we should be doing videos. So here's our first take at our update video. As you can see, our guys are doing pretty good in here. Nothing much to show you guys or see since the last time you've seen it.
Except for, of course, the other split anemone.
He's disappeared. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's back here. Yeah, not much to see, guys.
Crabby dude. Focus on crabby dude. There we go.
He's Mr. Hermie.
Of course, Boomer cleaning a snail. Boomer's cool.
Anybody know who he is? We have no idea. No clue. We would love to find out what his real name is. Beautiful hammer and some Cheerios.
Tons of Cheerios.
Mr. Torch.
Okay, so let's show you the sump now from underneath. Just kind of give you a quick tank update of the 120 before, I guess in probably about a week, it'll be torn down. Oh, this camera's working nice and good, as you can see. Tomorrow is Saturday, so Sunday is supposed to be tank maintenance day, but I don't think that's going to hold off. Of course, as you know, if you let the skimmer get too full and it starts bubbling, it'll actually overflow, and then a week or two worth of work gone. There's the crushed rubble inside there. That's actually new crushed rubble on that side. And then, of course, on this side, it's really hard to see because it's so mature, I like to say. It's that entire chamber is full of the live rock crushed rubble. There's the skimmer. Here's the Chato. Now this is actually just a regular LED bulb. It's a spotlight LED bulb that you would get for a house. And I put this in here kind of experimenting, and it's just exploded. Like I've yet to have a light that did what this is doing with the Chato inside. I'm actually letting it grow because I have the bigger tank, of course, coming, and I want to, of course, take the entire bit and put it in the new one. So, and then of course there's just the return with the regular sediment in the bottom. There's the one bulb that we had, which was just a regular IKEA, which did okay. It grew it, but the spotlight one, which I believe is an LED 23 watts. So it's equivalent to a 150 watt spotlight without the heat. Okay, give us a second and we'll take you to the new stand.
Hey guys, this is our stand. Took them one day, Barry and his brother. They worked all day into the evening, and they did a really, really good job. I'm really liking it. It still needs to be painted. Love the handles and the hinges and the nice detail that went into it. I'm excited to see what it looks like fully painted.
Okay, so that's all the fancy trim. We went with the I guess the kind of barn theme. It was the nice waterproof wood that they sell at Home Depot, pre-primed. It's OSB, so it's a strand board, which of course is used in exterior applications, which makes it, of course, waterproof, weather resistant. So it was definitely my choice over an MDF product, or we're not much into a natural stained wood, so we stayed away from the expensive veneers. And of course, using that style of wood, it kind of made sense to use the gate hinges with the nice gate handles. And that kind of matches our theme with the house to begin with, kind of a black and white theme. So let me take you inside and I'll show you some of the structure. This is the styrofoam that goes on top. Okay, so it's going to be hard to see because of course I've painted everything already. But what it is this is all 2x6. Now I doubled the 2x6 on top. So there's two 2x6s on the back. It's across a 6-foot load. And then of course two 2x6s on the front again. And in the on the sides, you've got your two 2x4s in the corner, typical tank design for the stand. And they go all the way to the ground. Transfer the load all the way to the ground. And then in behind that, kind of hard to see here, in behind that, but now there's the one that starts on the 2x6 there and comes all the way down and carries to the 2x4 that's on the bottom. Of course 2x4 on the bottom because there's really no weight except for the sump, which I'll show you in a second. And then of course now we've rimmed it with the 2x4 again here, just to kind of frame it off, and it meets in with the 2x6 that goes right into the corner. 2x6 right into the corner here, 2x6 here, carries into that 2x4, carries into that 2x4, the leg, and so forth. You kind of get the idea. Why we went with a 2x6 rather than just a kind of a typical 2x4 construction was I do not want the center post. What I'll show you here is it's completely no center post all the way across. You go from one end all the way to the other, 6-foot span, no center post. Now of course, why? Because there's the sump. I did not want any obstructions while working on the sump. If you have a saltwater aquarium now, you know that 90% of your time is spent down here. Moving things from one section to another, going from one section to another, buckets, whatever it is, having the center post is the biggest pain in the butt. So this is what we did. The back will be completely covered. I haven't got to that stage yet. We just literally dropped this in now, the sump. So I have a backboard that will go, of course, fill it right up, and there'll be holes for plumbing and so forth. Alright, now the sump. A little bit different than last time. This entire chamber below the basket, this will of course be filter floss. The piping will come in here, drop into there. So this kind of gets removed for whenever I need to clean it. I'll just drop that in there. This is just a sliding, because I don't know where the plumbing is yet, so I kind of just quickly built this. Kind of hooks into the plastic there, sits on the edge there, and I can slide it back and forth wherever I need. Now the entire chamber here, this will be the live rock chamber, the first chamber. I'll have it all dropping underneath there. Of course, because it's not really anything else that you want to grow there. It's a high flow area because all the flow must go through there. And then it comes through the bottom. Nice big opening, but like I said, it'll be completely full of live rock. This section, and also the big section there. As much as I can get in there, I'll get in there. And then the beginning portion of this will actually be the Chato this time. I'll have that waterfall cascading, just like it is, into the Chato. It'll come underneath. It'll get the little air bubble effect. It'll come underneath the Chato, of course, which we know is good for it. Now it's going to come across the skimmer, and reactor will sit in this section, which is the same section. When I come back out, you'll see. And then the skimmer, that's the actual water level now. So of course there's my bubble trap. It's only a 2-inch gap on this side, so the bubbles will have to come down. Of course they'll come up, and once they come up, they'll just come to the top of the water, and then the pumps will be at the bottom. That one's floating because of the hose. That's just an old skimmer. So that's the new skimmer design. The ATO will be in this section. I'm going to build some legs for it with a stand, and it'll actually be up about level with the bottom will be level here, or actually maybe a little bit lower, and then I'll have some storage underneath there for the fish food and so forth. But now I can just dump the bucket straight into there. ATO goes in, and it goes from there. That's just a temporary light that I put in for visually lighting.
Now guys, we don't know how old this tank is, so what we did before this was we stripped the silicone out of it and re-siliconed it. We added our baffles, and now we're doing the water test. Nothing leaks, everything is good, all the baffles held, they're amazing.
Of course, if you look really carefully into the bottom, you're going to see my duct tape, just in case. No, I'm kidding. Duct tape's just so it didn't cut our hands lifting it in there. There was no bottom trim on this one, so I don't know if you didn't watch CDN Studman's video, this was actually all given to me. The tank was given to me, and the sump was given to me. The stand, of course, like my wife just mentioned, we built, and we just re-siliconed everything. And now give me a second, and I'll show you the update on the 220. Alright, so here's the 220. Mine to tape on the floor, that's where the cable wire used to be, but because of the tank, that is literally 6 feet. Honey, go stand in it. Show them how big it actually is. No, you can go in it. Go right in it.
You pre-siliconed
No, it's
it.
fine. You can go right in it.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's a coffin. It's the kind of coffin I want to be buried in. There we go. So there she is standing in the tank.
Oh my god.
Okay, come out. So, again, the tank was built in 93. The manufacture date was on a sticker there. 93. It had been siliconed once. But needless, we didn't care. We didn't know how long ago it was silicone, so what it is, I actually stripped the entire silicone out again. We did not separate the panels, we just stripped the silicone out as much as I could get it. Wasn't absolutely not getting into separating the panels. I taped up the corners, stripped it off, and then of course put a big hunky bead of silicone all over it. This is the back and the bottom that you're looking at, so there's the back. There's the bottom. I didn't really care too much about it, more as what I wanted waterproofing. So it's a big tank, I didn't want to take any chances. This is the front, so as you'll see I spent a little bit more time at it. It's a little cleaner. It's not so messy at all. As you can see from the front, very clean. So, and then again on the bottom at the front, spend some time there. We are going to go with a bare bottom. I'm going to go with the bare bottom, so of course the GSP will grow all over that. Again, I left it nice and hunky because as you know the GSP will try to grow up the front, so I want to be able to cut on the front and not worry about ticking the silicone and then of course having a leak. At the back, nice and hunky again. Just left lots and lots and lots. I tried a method of taping it first. I actually did the entire top portion yesterday. We have a video of it. I will not be showing it because it was a failure. The tape, what it does is when you try to leave a big bead on it, it pulls back the silicone. No matter how quick you do it, I tried waiting a little bit, and then of course it starts to dry, gets a tack on it, and then it makes it even worse. It pulls all the silicone off. So I went with the piece of wood, rounded it, dragged it in the corner, that's it, left it. Sometimes simple is better. Okay guys, that's it for now. I believe the next video that you're going to see will be the tank set into place. I'm going to have to hire a few helping hands to get that up onto the stand. But yeah, that'll be into place. Our next water change will go into the sump. I'll heat it and circulate it. There's no point in throwing away perfectly good water. When, of course, this is a 120, we're going to a 220, we're going to need the water. So, thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like, subscribe for more updates.